Hi, I'm Danielle, and I wanted to share with you my journey with taking my sobriety to the next level by finding a healthy lifestyle for life and self love to helping others get healthy. So basically, I went on this journey that I'm going to share with you throughout the slides. And as a result of my own personal transformation, I got really inspired and empowered to start helping others to find their own success and changing their lifestyle. So I love this quote. It's not a diet, it's a way of life. And that has absolutely been the case for me. So here I am in 2015, where I started. I was bloated. I was very self-conscious about my body. I had a wardrobe that I couldn't fit into, and I was torn between needing to increase my sizes or make a commitment to lose weight. And I really didn't want to buy clothes that were bigger because I didn't feel good, and I didn't want to spend more money on clothes that in a bigger size. I was constantly bloated. I had low energy. My memory was terrible. I actually Googled who was the youngest person with Alzheimer's because I was so concerned about my memory, and it was really starting to impact my work and my ability to function. At this point, I was eating for comfort and pleasure, not to fuel my body. And again, that was in February 2015. So here's a picture of me. I had just had some lab work done just prior to starting this new lifestyle, and my glucose was high. So I was pre-diabetic, which is really risky for me because I do have a family history of diabetes. My cholesterol was high, and my BMI was high on that. I was just uncomfortable again. All my clothes, were tight. They didn't look good. It was starting to become stressful just getting dressed, going about my day. And, just I was irritable. I had low energy. I was depressed. Again, I was forgetful. Often had these pains in my stomach, and I didn't know that that was because of the foods that I was consuming. Because I didn't feel good, I had a lack of motivation, I had these constant mood swings, and just felt overall really sluggish. So I went to a book study, and the book was called Made to Crave by Lisa Turkhurst. And I, went to I think one or two of these studies, but I was just inspired by one line in the book, and it was change your perception from deprivation to empowerment. And that just struck me. So the next day I thought, I went to this study and I heard that line and it really struck me. And so, really I should make some sort of change. And so I just said, you know what, today I'm going to start drinking more water. I had recently been invited to do a clean eating challenge, and I did it. It was a free, 5 day group on Facebook. The lady had invited me, and she had the full menu of what to eat during these 5 days. And I thought, let me go ahead and do that. And after those 5 days, I thought, oh my gosh, I want this. I want everybody to feel this good because in just 5 days of taking out the processed foods from my diet, I felt different. So I went ahead and I took a chance on getting she was a Beachbody coach, and she, at the time, it was really popular, the 21-day fix. And so even though I was really scared to make this investment because I was afraid that it wouldn't work, I was afraid that it was going to be a waste of money, but I went ahead and took the so I committed to it because I did not want to waste my money. So I did it from start to finish. I would work out. If I missed a workout at 10 or 11, I would just do it because I made it a priority and I made it a non-negotiable. So I really tried uh, to not skip, and I think I made it through those 21 days without missing a workout. And I started in my living room. I didn't need a lot of space. I had, just this, little spot, which you see here. I would throw in the DVD and just watch it and follow along. I had no experience with exercise really prior to this, but it was easy for me to just follow on the DVDs. So I joined a challenge group, which is basically just a motivational accountability group. And again, made those workouts non-negotiable. I followed them and I fueled my body with the food that was recommended with the program. And I just started sharing on social media exactly what I was doing. I stopped being in denial and started reading and educating myself about the foods that I was eating and how it was affecting my body. Really started becoming passionate about clean eating and learning what that meant, and just starting to read every label that was on the back of the foods. And I love this quote: there are too many people counting calories and not enough people counting chemicals. And I just, doing research and watching documentaries and reading books, and just really started becoming an expert in my own journey with the things that I was putting in my body. And I was getting results, not only in how, but how I felt. So, there's certain things that I just do not include in my diet. I try to be realistic, but they're, just because I felt better and I got the change, I realized that the food was really the problem. The lack of exercise was the problem. And so, because it worked, I wanted to continue in that path. So, you just got to start with where you were. Where I was I had no fitness. So I used 3 pound and 5 pound weights. Through, just to give you a frame of reference, I'm now using 10 to 20 pound weights for these same workouts. But it was just simple, to put on the DVD. I loved the trainers on on the TV. There were some that I tried that were irritating to me. So I had to find trainers that, that I could track with, that didn't irritate me from the DVD. I had to find something that I enjoyed doing the moves. But I really did start to feel like I was, you know, um, getting what I did. So I started measuring my food, and I made food prep a priority. And I had this thought that it was going to be too expensive to eat healthy. But when I changed my eating habits and I stopped getting takeout and getting those expensive coffee drinks and planning ahead, I realized that eating healthy really wasn't as much as I was going to be. So again, just 30 minutes a day in my living room, 6 days a week, and just following simple, portion control. It was easy to, once I got into the groove of doing this food planning, it really just became, I learned the tricks and tips and how to always be prepared and always have a plan. And I'm still using those things that I learned today. I'll say it wasn't easy, but I just kept going. I felt that I didn't feel good before, so I remind myself of that on days where it's hard. When I say, this isn't easy, but it also wasn't easy the way that I was feeling before. So I had to become stronger than my. So here were my results from February 16th to April 22nd. The one on the left is all the way on the left. It's a side view, and that's just from February to April. So what you can't see in this picture is just how differently I felt inside, how my memory was better, and how I had energy. And that did start showing up in my confidence. At this point, when I started, I had been in recovery from drugs and alcohol for 10 years, and I had quit smoking 9 years prior. And I had been working on love and acceptance for myself, but I really was neglecting to take care of how I was feeling physically. And so as I, progressed in this journey, I started feeling more confident on the outside. So these pictures were taken just 4 months after I started, and I just felt like my skin had improved, my belly felt better, I had more confidence. I just felt like I was starting to live life in a way of thriving, not just existing. My mood improved, my energy improved, and my attitude changed. And I just literally, it's hard to emphasize enough how much better I felt. So I realized that eating better, regularly exercising, it also changed my thinking and helped me to feel good. And that's been kind of what I continue to do today, 5 years later. Through this process, I've learned that food is for energy, and it's to make my body work best. It's not, a crutch. It's not supposed to be used for comfort or reward. It is really to help my body to function the best that it can. And if it tastes great, that's a bonus. And I have noticed that as I removed the processed foods from my diet, actually the whole foods started to taste a lot better, and I started craving those things and enjoying them because I was no longer getting all the salt and all the other chemicals that's in the processed foods. So after I got the results that I got, and again, I was sharing on social media just really as a way to share my passion. But I decided that I wanted to coach because, I called up my coach at the time and I said, because she had told me before I even started, she said, you know what, Danielle, you would make a great coach. And I laughed at her and I thought, my goodness, I don't even know if I'm going to be able to stick with this program. But I remembered her saying that to me. And so after I got those results, I called her up and I said, look, I want to do this coaching thing. I want everybody to feel this good. I had already been in recovery, like I shared, and I had experienced what it was like to sponsor women in the program of Alcoholics Anonymous and Narcotics Anonymous, and just how to give it away is how we keep it. How we stay committed to our own journeys is by sharing it with other people. And I thought that if that's how that works in recovery, then I thought the same would work with my health journey. And it has been true for me. I've been consistent for 5 years. I really had no idea the income potential with Beachbody when I said that I wanted to start coaching, but I've been the extra $500 to $800 a month, and that varies from month to month. But I don't have to have any parties. I don't have to. I really just share my journey, and I invite people to join me. And I do have to give the disclaimer that Beachbody does guarantee their products. There's a 30-day money-back guarantee on every Beachbody product they have, but it does not guarantee your financial success. That is, of course, based on effort. So just want to share these testimonials. This is why I keep coaching. I keep showing up and inviting people to join me in the groups. And it's not just about the money for me. I really see this as changing lives. So I cut out just the names for confidentiality, but these were taken directly from people in my groups. I have completed 3 rounds of 21-day fix. I did not take a before picture, but I did weigh and measure. I've lost 13 pounds and 9 inches total. I have not been completely obsessive about the exact counts of food, and I've missed a workout here and there. I want this to be a new lifestyle, and I don't want to beat myself up for a small slip. I've been slipping up for a long time, so I think one here and there is so much better. I really like the concept of clean eating, and I really have adopted it into my diet. I have not had a headache in weeks. I used to have one 2 to 3 times a week. That is amazing. Thank you, Danielle, for inspiring me. And then Pat had said back, I'm with you. I feel great after 3 weeks of my new lifestyle. Lost 10 pounds. Hi, folks. I wanted to share my testimony to the Beachbody programs and my coach, Danielle. I had already started Weight Watchers and was running, but my weight stalled. I didn't have much to lose, but that last 10 pounds is so difficult. I saw Danielle's post and asked her about it. In the meantime, I was going to a chiropractor because of a back injury from a motorcycle accident. The last time I was there, I was in tears from pain and asked him what else I can do. He told me to start working on my core, so I ordered PiYo because it focused on strength. After the first few weeks, I noticed a difference in the pain. After a month, it's still there, but I'm not bent over in pain, which is a huge blessing. Then I noticed, hey, I have abs now. Wow, 2 C-sections and all. I didn't want to spend the money on Shakeology, but I did, and I don't regret it one bit. I have energy, less anxiety, and have lost more weight. I went from 125 to 117. So I don't want to spend too much time reading these, but I can, if you wanted me to send you more, I have just dozens of them. Let's see here. It helps with acid reflux. I mean, really, the clean eating diet really does just change your life. This person went from 203 to 177. She was very encouraging. This person was down 18 pounds, suffered from fibromyalgia, hadn't taken Tylenol in weeks. So down 6.4 my first week. Sunday is first round, day 21, 12 pounds down so far. So the program really does work. And this is what kept me going in my coaching journey. I have won great prizes. I went on a leadership retreat to Nashville, Tennessee with my team, which was a lot of fun. This picture here in the middle is the summit, Coach Summit, that was in Nashville, and those are all people working down in the streets. They actually shut down the middle of Nashville, and that's all people doing this workout. I won money. I mean, just it's just been fun. It's just been fun. I'm motivated by just recognitions like this and my personality. So it's been fun. But really, just the lifestyle change for me has been most impactful. So in recovery, we need to change our people, places, and things to something more positive. And sometimes that can be really hard to find something. I grew up in and around alcohol and parties being a way of life. And so, becoming addicted in my late teens, early 20s was just a natural path for me. And so I didn't really when I gave up alcohol and drugs, I really didn't latch on to anything to really do for new hobbies or anything. I started, I had my daughter with a year, I guess 2 years sober, and or 1 year, I apologize. And so really momhood became kind of what I did with my time and changing my people, places, and things. But as my kids got older and I needed to start focusing on other things to do for myself as an adult and to take care of myself and to have fun. So these pictures are just taken. I mean, I just have oodles and oodles of pictures of how just incorporating this healthy lifestyle has enabled me to do so much fun. I started educating people in the community just to try to inspire people. And as a social worker, I've seen so much sickness that could have been prevented. So my hope is that I can help people improve their lifestyles and to really, truly save lives. That's how it is. I started investing in more training specifically to help coach people with mindset and cognitive strategies. I actually went to Philadelphia to the Beck Institute, and Dr. Beck is who started the CBT, the cognitive behavior therapy, which is widely recognized and used for depression and anxiety and a whole host of other disorders and conditions, and really useful for helping to change the mindset with diet and exercise. So I do have my master's degree in social work, and I was a former psychotherapist. So I can coach people more than just meal planning ideas and programs and recommendations and accountability, but I can also work with people on helping to tap into those cognitions to help people to change the way they think. And I can do that by working with people on an individual basis. And then for anybody who seeks me out as their Beachbody coach and purchases a program, my group coaching is actually included in the purchase of that Beachbody program, which is really great. Beachbody recognized that what was missing from the programs that they had was that accountability and that one-on-one attention that can happen in a group. And so that's why Beachbody pays me to provide coaching. So you don't pay any more for a product for my coaching. That is already included in that. If in the group setting, that's not included to work with me on a one-on-one basis individually, but it is included with the group. So as your coach, how can I help you? So as a person in long-term sobriety from alcohol and drugs and a personal understanding of using drugs and food to cope, as well as the struggle with nighttime eating and making promises to myself to get healthy, only to break it within hours. I get it. And I can help you to identify triggers and issues that can lead to these patterns, as well as to help you to find strategies to overcome. As your coach, I can work with you to tap into your own internal expertise and to bring you into alignment with your goals, your values, and your purpose. And I will never tell you it's going to be easy, but I will tell you will absolutely be worth it. Excuse me. So as a result, just of this lifestyle change, I started gardening. I don't love it, but I do love having those fresh vegetables. And I started growing mint. I love to throw that in my Shakeology with watermelon and blend that up. So again, just, more changes. In November, after I made that lifestyle change, so this was my first year, I actually did my first race ever. I had never done a 5K. I had never run a mile in a race, or even in high school, I couldn't, but I did the 10K across the Bay Bridge in Annapolis, and I completed it in less than in an hour. And I was so proud of myself. Just the fact that I couldn't even run a mile, 16 years old, 15 years old in high school, I couldn't run a mile straight. And here I am, in my 35, 3 kids, and now I'm just the healthier been. So I continue to run races just for fun. Again, that lifestyle changing people, places, and things. And I decided I did end up doing the River Valley run, which is a half marathon trail run. And I decided that a week before it ran. And these workouts were my only training, and I did great. And I had so much fun. Then I really blew my mind. I did a full marathon, and never in a million years would I have thought that I would do a full marathon. I just can't even describe the accomplishment that I had. Again, I decided a week before the marathon that I was going to go for it, and I decided that I was going to pray my way through it and relied on the physical fitness that I had been consistently doing for the past 4.5 years, and just went for it. And I finished in a pretty decent time. But just the accomplishment of being able to say I ran a full marathon was and is quite enough. So my choices have inspired my husband to get healthy too, and he ran his first ever 5 mile race. He had never run a mile prior to training for this 5 mile that we did in honor of friends of ours who passed away from the disease of addiction. So there's just some pictures of us, just as a couple. So these pictures were taken of. I had a professional photographer just for fun. She was building up her portfolio, so she asked if she could take some photos of me, and I said sure. And really, these were a year after I started, so I would have never, been confident to get my picture taken prior to doing these programs. So I'm not giving up. I'm not going back. I'm not giving in. And I hope that you would consider joining me. You will not regret this journey of getting healthy and fit. I wish I never got healthy, said no one ever. And I truly believe that. This picture on the bottom left was just taken recently with my son, and that's one of the best things is just being able to show up as a mom and being able to have the energy and the confidence to go out and do things with my kids. We go hiking. We're constantly on the go. Going on the soccer fields and running just for fun, races with my kids. I mean, we just have so much fun. The bottom, my husband and I recently, a new project that we're working on is we started a blog that we're collaborating together on. It's called Restoring Lost Love. And we are really enjoying that project. We're getting it up and going, but it's been great so far. So just to revisit the girl on the left, 2015, I don't even recognize that girl. She was tired and sleeping through life. She lacked confidence, made excuses, and was depressed. She used food to cope with the stress of trying to keep up with 3 toddlers and being traumatized from living with a husband who couldn't stay sober. That girl is gone. The new girl, she has energy, faith, peace, and gratitude. She takes action. She loves life, and she loves helping other women to rise up and live. So if you're interested in working with me, here's how you contact me. I would love to have, to coach you, whether you want me as your Beachbody coach, whether you want some sobriety coaching. My husband and I are eventually going to be doing marriage couples work. That's what we're striving to eventually do. But for now, you can follow our blog. You can follow me on Facebook and Instagram. All of that is there. Our website is restoringlostlove.com. And so I really hope that you'll consider joining me, and I'll share my experience, strength, and hope with you. And together we can just live our best lives ever. So God bless, and I hope you have a wonderful day.